Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to an episode of the Big Al Podcast. You got the Versace shades on, beats. We in here. Let's have a good day today. Happy weekend to everybody. I just wanted to get on here and address the election. Now, of course, everybody going wild about Donald Trump winning the election this year. A lot of Americans is not too happy about him winning. Even on social media, there's an uproar about just getting cut out, food stamps getting cut out, all types of stuff. And it's like we see a division going on right now because of this election. And, my thing is, I don't care who's president, you still got to live your life. Will it affect some people in some type of way? Maybe, or maybe not, just depending on what type of class of living you in. Like me, hey, I don't give a damn if Ronald Reagan was president. They got him out the grave. I'm still gonna live how I live, and I'm gonna do what I do. And I see on social media and Facebook, there's a lot of disrespect going on because, like, oh yeah, you voted for Trump or you voted for Kamala and this and that. Listen and take heed. I don't call it an election. It's already a selection. They already chose who's the president already. This shit is a game here and we pawns playing in this game. It's a chess game. And to me, I'm still gonna live the way I live. My money's not gonna be affected because who's president and who did get picked. But us as people, we don't need to go ahead and be like, okay, I'm gonna cut you off because you voted for Trump, or I'm gonna cut you off because you voted for Kamala. And for black people, if your ancestors and the people marched die for you to vote, then you go ahead and vote. But me, that's not for me. And I'm not knocking nobody that goes and vote. I will vote locally as far as like school levies and things of that nature. But to the president, it don't concern me. I'm gonna still do my thing and I'm pretty sure don't concern anybody else. I just think they put a narrative out there to get us in the uproar so that way we could be like, oh shit, if Trump get in and we're gonna lose this and we're gonna lose that. Listen, I'm not into politics. I like to discuss politics, but I'm really not into it because people don't want to agree to disagree. It's like if you don't agree with what the hell they saying, then it's like, oh man, I can't fuck with you no more, or you will sell out, or your mama raised you by yourself and you can't vote for a woman. This what it's not all about. It's all about electoral votes for presidents, electoral votes that count. We just are the popular votes of who we want to see as the president, but it boils down to the electoral votes. And it boils down to when we start taking things into our own hands and we won't have these issues. And then they were saying something about the police, about them having rights to shoot at a black man or this and that. Hey, look, police is human just like I am. If they try to shoot at me, I'm going to shoot at them back. That's called self-defense. The problem is we marched for so long and march instead of retaliation. And when we retaliate, we wouldn't have these problems either. But at the same time, you can't shoot at no police. You shoot at the police, that's an invitation for them to shoot back at you. But if you are unarmed and I see the uproar and I agree with the uproar, but if you see uh, a black man unarmed and they get shot because they think they got something, then yeah, it's an uproar. So even before Trump was president, this has been going on. It's been going on since Rodney King. So this is nothing new. We just instead of marching, let's go ahead and be proactive. Let's do something. Let's stop blaming the politics and the president because the president don't give a damn about no black guy. They don't care about no white people. It's all about money. And when we get to that point where we can understand that, and it will be no problem amongst everybody because we as a nation, everybody come together, we could run our own things. That's black and white. It's crazy when you let a president dictate your life. Listen, I believe in a higher power, so I don't go by this president shit and this politics shit. Like listen, as long as my money don't change at work, I'm good. And and for the other people, it should be good too. And instead of going by uh, what they think that Trump's gonna do, let's see and wait to see what's going to progress is what's going to happen, and let's be proactive and let's stop changes that we don't want to be made. Us as a people, we can run this shit. We all can run this shit, but we're so brainwashed to believe in like, well, if the president do this or the president sign this, like, nah, let's stand up. But y'all go and march and go to the White House and storm that motherfucker like those Trump supporters did. But now people won't do that. We will sit here and talk about the problem, but not be proactive. Everybody want to march, but not be proactive. No, let's stop all this marching shit. And if you have a problem with the president elect, let's do something about it. And that's for any president that is. You know, they don't care about us. Period. And it's sad that you know that women are blaming the man for not voting for Kamala. Listen, there's a lot of women that didn't vote for her. But they're in the uproar because of those that did. They protest and they want to shave their heads and shit like that. And just remember, at the end of the day, Kamala and Donald Trump sit back having a laugh as they looking like, look how we got these people in uproar over a damn predetermined election. It's like wrestling. The shit is already predetermined who's gonna win. If everybody think that your vote counts for president, that's a laugh. They could rig this shit. So let's just use our common sense here. And I'm pretty sure they weren't gonna let no woman be no president. But I'm not gonna even touch on that fathom because that's gonna ruffle a lot of feathers. So social media is already touching on it already, and I'm not gonna touch on it. I'm just gonna live the life that I live and live it the way that I want to live. And that's the situation on that I'm gonna leave it at. But I figured I had to get that off my chest. Got to see so many people like going at it over political views. Like, man, look, listen, we ain't no fucking millionaires. So why does it concern me? Or why does it concern you? Like, listen, they been eliminate the middle class. It's you wealthy, you rich, and you're poor. So poor is with the middle class, basically. You paying bills every day, every month. We can't live comfortably like they live. Our taxes dollars is going to them, it's going to the rich, either Democrat and Republican. And as far as like people being Democrats or whatever, especially for the black community, that's how we were raised. It was like we got to go with the Democrat, but the Democrats they dropped the ball. And when they realized, when the people that voted realized the Democrat dropped the ball, and then in the next election, let your voice be heard. You know, speak up and tell the candidates what you want. Everybody goes to these rallies, but they ought to be like, hey, let's get a bunch of people here. Let's tell them what we want. Like I said, even though it's predetermined and they're gonna run, the wealthy people gonna run this country the way they want to. But at least we know, like, hey, we gave it a try. We did what we had to do to get this thing going. You feel what I'm saying? Yes, indeed. Oh yeah, yes, indeed. But for real, don't let the political thing mess up your household or mess up friendships with people. We all got a choice. We're supposed to be living in the United States, the home of the free, which it ain't the home of the free, because if you're a working man, you a slave to this commercial system, and we all slaves to this commercial system, and it is proven the way we debating over a president or any candidate don't give a damn and all that mud slinging. Like I said, he just sitting back laughing at it. Crazy shit, for real, for real. And then in other news, we got about Lil Durk. You know, he done got caught up trying to ride for his boy King Von, and now he's sitting up locked up because he was trying to put a hit on Quano Rondo, and allegedly one of his people smoked one of his friends or whatever. But the crazy thing about it is that his homie OT Jam or whatever was wearing a wire. So I want to approach this subject too about trusting homies and your friends. See, me personally, it's hard for you to gain my trust because I'm a paranoid type of dude, especially when you coming out of prison or whatever. You're always supposed to question certain things, especially when you have a conversation with people and then somebody, and I'm pretty sure the guy had to bring up old shit because, when you wearing a wiretap, you got to bring up a conversation and the co-defendant, they have to admit or talk about whatever crime they committed. So me personally, if I'm cool with a person and they come home or whatever, and we sitting there chatting, and he bringing up old stuff, I'm gonna be leery. Like, why was he be talking about this? That's old. I'm not gonna talk about no old crime that I committed back in the day that I can get jammed up for, especially if the homie come home and he's been wearing a wire for a year or two, or ever how long the case may be. And then Lil Durk to put money in this man's hand. It's about the circle that you run with. You just got to be smart. Some people don't think. It's like it's like these guys they learned from the OGs back in the day. Because some of the OGs that went down, they homies or they close people that told on them. It's always somebody that you close to is gonna tell on you, especially when they throwing on football numbers at you. Because some people can't do that time. We can do whatever, do the crime, but you got to go up to the prisons, especially to the feds, where you got to do uh damn near every damn a day they give you, or damn near 85 to 90% of the sentence. Some people can't do that. Some people got to be out on the street. They used to their freedom, but when you in that life, people don't think about the consequences that can happen when you commit these crimes. You see what I'm saying? So, given that little Dirk sitting up in the holding cell, whatever, I'm pretty sure Puff like, damn, I think I got a chance to get out because all the focus is on Lil Durk. And then you got all this money, and then you're gonna put a hit, and then you're gonna try to schedule flights, several different flights, try to flee America. Listen, the feds is gonna come get you. They gonna. It don't matter where you go, they're gonna come for you, especially when they got the evidence. So now that they got him locked up, they're gonna keep him locked up for a good while. I don't think he's gonna get a fast go to trial like Puff did, because see now they got to get all the evidence. They got to make sure it's concrete, especially with the feds, that it's concrete, that he had attention for murder for hire, or if it was a crime committed, that they got the evidence and they convict him. So that's talent going down the drain. And my thing is when you on another stratosphere as far as like making money, you an entertainer, you got to leave some of that shit alone. You got to surround yourself with people that's gonna have your best interest at heart. And some people don't do that. Some people look at you as a meal ticket when you sit here making money. They look at you as a meal ticket, like this my dog. Instead of saying like, dog, don't do that, or leave that shit alone. But you can't, when you in the hood so much, you can't take the hood out the joints. That's just the way it is. They don't, their mind is set one way and one way only is to do that. And now you got your homie that's a snitch, because that's what it is, snitching. Then you have the YSL case with Young Thug. Gunna, YSL Woody, and a bunch of other guys. You feel what I'm saying? Hey, I think the whole thing, they came up with the whole thing to Gunna to take the profit agreement because in reality, the defense to have nothing on Young Thug or YSL. Because if they did, they prolonging the jury, so they're trying to give these guys deals. And YSL Woody, he took his deal. He figured like, man, I'm in jail. Thug ain't looking out for me. I'm fucked up. But when he did get on the stand, he started acting a fool. You know what I'm saying? You know, everybody call him a snitch that he snitched on everybody, but he really hasn't snitched on nobody. You know, he's making a mockery of the justice system, which is a smart move. So now Young Thug, he took a deal, which me personally, I wouldn't ever took that probation that he got. I think it's like 15 years. So if you be around the wrong person, one infringement, then you got a sentence sitting on the shelf. Me, I just would have took it all the way. Like, look, I'm gonna take it to the box and take it to the jury because I'm pretty sure he would have been found not guilty. But you know, they just the law. When the law and the feds be on you, you know they watching you. And I think the feds don't give a damn about drug dealing. I think it's the violence that comes with it. When you start being violent, that's when they step in and do what they got to do. That's their thing. They're gonna let you do what you're doing for a while. They're gonna let you rack some money up because they ain't gonna get no small time. If you small time and they bust you, hey, there's no money in it. Because I'm pretty sure when they bust you for all that money, them keys, they taking some off the top. That's just the way it is. They taking some money off the top, real for real. But you know, shout out to Young Thug and the YSL crew because they're gonna get off. And I think if for real, if none of them did take no deals, they would have beat the case. They would have them sitting to try to build a case, and they was in trial and testifying. It was just a whole circus. Even the judge, like, oh man, he probably told the prosecutor and his lawyer, like, look, come up with a deal. Because when they come up with a deal for you, they really don't have no evidence on you. You know, they're just going by with hearsay. Then you got that guy Lucci, he getting out soon, which he had beef with Young Thug. But like I said, when you in this music industry, you got to stay out the streets. Everybody want to be in the gang, and everybody want to be thugged out. Like we gotta do a lot better. You know, seriously, we we got to change the narrative, so to speak. You know, like especially with the snitching thing, which I want to address the snitching. Everybody gets snitching confused about if you see a crime and you go tell that you're snitching. And that's not necessarily if you're a civilian and you're not in the game and you're trying to protect your community, that's not snitching. That is looking out for, you know, the other people. Snitching, the definition of snitching is when you commit a crime, the co-defendant, and you tell on that person to get you out of trouble. And there's a lot of snitching been going on. People get paid to be snitches, paid informers. To me, I think the police ain't that smart, so they got to have paid informers, probably making top dollar just to go tell even your killers or snitches. That's why when YSL Woody was going around Atlanta and they know he was going on the stand, nobody want to approach him. Like everybody, we got to distinguish like a person that's snitch, that's killers, and a person that snitch that ain't killers. Because I don't care. At the end of the day, this dude was a straight killer, so you ain't gonna go on the street and approach him about him being a snitch. You're gonna be like, oh no, I ain't fucking with that, you know, because at the end of the day, it's like in New York, Alpo Martinez. Okay, he was a well known snitch, but you know, a lot of people didn't confront him because, you know, he was about that life. He was about still with the gangsterism as it was proved. So it's like, you know, different type of snitching. Yeah, Henry Hill from the Goodfellas when he snitched because he couldn't do the time. They had all the evidence and they busted him with that coke. So it depends on what type of man and morals you stand on. And I was always told in life, and even told by my dad or whatever, you don't tell or snitch when you get in trouble. You get in trouble, you gotta, do the time and stay 10 toes down. When you in a life of crime, you either gonna get away with it or you're gonna get caught. And when you get caught, just do your time like a man. But with anything, especially with legal activity, snitching goes along with it. I always said to myself, like, what somebody snitched on me about doing something? I wouldn't do shit about it because that's part of the game. That's part of the game. I'll be like, all right, do snitch, but at the end of the day, that person gonna be labeled as a snitch. That's worse than being. That's just like being a pedophile. It's like kind of right along with the snitching. But now snitching has became a big thing now. Like snitching is like the norm. I could remember I had a homie of mine, one of my from the South. We was talking. He was talking about when the drugs hit down there. We was staying in Alabama, and he said one of somebody he knows snitched and just he told, got out and walked the streets like nothing happened. But like I said, we didn't have all that social media, so I'm pretty sure it didn't reach a lot of people. Only probably in the people in the inner circle know that that person had told or snitched. But now we got the social media, so everybody know who's snitching and who telling. It's some crazy shit, facts, real crazy out here. The way it is. So snitching is like the norm now. It's like the thing to do. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna tell. It's like now it's like no morals or no ethics or no codes, about snitching. And like I say, everybody got a different definition about snitching. It's like when the old lady might tell, like, oh yeah, they down here commit crimes. Oh, is she snitching? No, she's not snitching. That's not snitching. You see what I'm saying? So in reality, we got to get off that. Wait a minute. She or she telling no. Definition of snitching is when you tell on people to get out of trouble when you commit a crime. We gotta get it together, y'all. I just want to get on here, touch on that. This your boy Big Al. Peace, Godspeed, and I'm gonna get up with y'all. Peace.